Here are two swings side by side of Zach's and Jason's Giambi. I chose Giambi because there's some similarities between the swings. And overall, this is a pretty good swing by Zach's, but you can see big differences in terms of how aggressively Zach and Jason go after the ball, and the good solid weight shift back towards the ball, and the ability, because of that, the ability to hit through the ball, as opposed to having the bat hitting the ball collapsing the swing. Some good things here. There are a lot of good things here from Zach, however. His eyes tracking the ball very well. He has a little bit of rhythm in his stance. Good negative move. A lot of good parts of this swing, but definitely some differences as well. I think these are most obvious if we focus on the weight shift and then just overall sort of the aggressiveness in the swing. Here they both are at their negative move. They're loaded at this point. And again, they look pretty similar. Both have their back caught. Both have shifted their weight onto their back foot just about right. Great. At this point, if you were to make a circle, there is Zach's center of gravity. There's Giambi's. And even now, if there's a difference here, and they're very similar, it's in the extent to which Giambi still is leaning into the pitch. He wants to go get that pitch, even though his weight's back. And Zach's a little more fully back. You actually like a little bit of forward lean here. It's not bad on Zach's part. Then as you come forward, first a toe touch. All right, nice. There's a stride. The stride is separate from the swing. A toe touch. Zach's bat is cocked, much the same as Giambi's. It's good. At heel plant is when you've made your weight shift, and now you're going to start rotating around a fairly stiff front leg. Well, Zach's got a pretty stiff front leg, so he's set up to begin rotation, but you can see there's a big difference here in the extent to which they've generated forward momentum with the weight shift. I mean, from negative move to heel plant, well, Zach's belt buckle kind of overlapping, whereas you can see how far the extent to which Giambi has shifted his weight forward. And now at heel plant, they're both in about the same alignment. So if we can get a more aggressive weight shift on Zach's part, then we can probably improve his ability to hit through the ball. As we sort of go through it in stages, all right. And you see a good rotation starting. Giambi's hip is coming around. You know, if you look at it, Zach's lower body is not engaged that much. Both his feet are still kind of flat on the ground. So that would be something to be aware of. Good bat path overall. I mean, they both look pretty similar in terms of bat lag. Again, you see the difference to which Giambi's back foot's coming up on a toe, and Zach's back foot is still kind of planted. Head right on the ball at contact, and now he's getting his hips into the ball a little bit, but not as much. So Zach has good natural power. His power will definitely improve if he gets a more solid weight shift forward and then a little bit more aggressive hip rotation. It's from the hips, it's from our butt, basically, that we generate power. So because of the power that Giambi's generated, both with the weight shift and now with the hips coming around, here's how he extends through the ball. He's fully extended, bat pointing straight back into center field, whereas now that he's made contact, Zach's been almost knocked backwards. He's much more defensive in the swing than Giambi. Of course, I mean, Zach's 10 and Giambi's a former MVP Major League power hitter. But you'd like to see Zach develop a little more ability to hit through the ball, and that will come by both a better weight shift and then a more aggressive hip rotation. And then the defensiveness of the swing is sort of shown up in the next few frames too. And again, by comparison, you can just see Giambi exploding through the ball in his follow-through. But this was a line drive by Zach. It's a good swing. His major things to work on are shifting his weight and then really getting a good solid hip rotation, having the hips lead the hands into the ball.